Imagine trusting someone completely, someone who comes into your home, someone who knows your health, your fear, your family. Now imagine that person using that trust to decide the exact moment of your life ends. This is not fiction. This is the story of Dr. Harlod Shipman, a trusted English family doctor who secretly became one of the most prolific serial killer in modern history. Harlod Shipman was born in 1946 in Nottingham, England. He grew up in a working class family, and his mother, Vera, was center of his world. When Harlod was 17, Vera fell ill with lung cancer. He watched doctors give her morphine to erase her sufferings, and he became fascinated by control of medicine's hold over life and death. This fascination would shape his future. After medical school, Shipman married and had four children and started career as general practitioner. To his community, he was calm, professional, and utterly trustworthy. A doctor you would never question until decades later it became clear that his trust had deadly consequences. In 1975, Shipman's first work warning sign appeared. He was caught prescribing a powerful painkiller. He was fined and briefly rehabilitated, but he returned to practice as if nothing had happened. By the late 1970s, he moved to Greater Manchester and built a reputation as the caring doctor who would make house calls and personally reassure families. But behind the reassuring smile, a darker pattern was forming. Shipman's victims were mostly elderly women, healthy, independent, and well loved. They died suddenly, often after visits from him. Shipman's method was simple: lethal dose of morphine administered under use of routine care. Then he falsified medical records, marking their death as natural causes, heart failure, old age, sudden illness. Families trusted him. He attended funerals, comforted the grieving, and sometimes even helped with paperwork. By the 90s, hundreds of patients had died under his care, far more than any other in the area. It wasn't about money, it was about control, the godlike power to decide who could live and who would die. His downfall began with a woman, Kathleen Grundy, 81-year-old former mayor. After a home visit from Shipman, she was found dead. Her daughter, Angela, a lawyer, noticed something strange. Her mother's will had changed, leaving everything to Shipman. Suspicion grew, and the police began to dig deeper. Bodies were examined, records examined, and patterns emerged. Morphine overdose was far too frequent among Shipman's patients. Hundreds of deaths could no longer be ignored. In 1998, Shipman was arrested. Police found falsified medical records, suspicious grave prescriptions, and a trial of death certificates covering his crime. The trial began in 1999, 15 counts of murder. Evidence included lethal morphine dose found in exhumed bodies, altered patient records, the forged will of Catherine. Shipman remained cold, emotionless, denying all charges. The verdict was guilty on every count. The judge imposed 15 life sentences with recommendations that he never be released. Investigators later concluded Shipman killed over 250 plus people. Shipman died by suicide in prison in 2004, leaving no confession, no explanation, no closure fee. Hundreds of families he destroyed. His crimes forced the UK to rethink the entire medical system. Higher control on controlled substances like morphine. Doctors could no longer sign death certificate alone. improved monitoring, and accountability in medical patterns. The shipment case is more than story of horror. It's a chilling lesson about trust, power, and human vulnerability we place in those we rely on most. How do you protect yourself when the person meant to save lives become the one who decided when they end? Shipman was a doctor, a neighbor, a family man, and a killer. He walked among us, trusted by hundreds, leaving a trail of death that shocked an entire nation. And even today, learning lessons he forced the world to confront.